Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas. Well, I got to watching some YouTube videos about some European tourists to the United States, and they were all trying barbecue, and they all loved the beef ribs. So these are beef short ribs. Sometimes I'm going to smoke them. Sometimes they're called Dino Ribs. And the recipe is pretty simple. Basically, salt and pepper, and I'm going to use my own hot sauce for a binder. And I bought these at Sam's Club. There was 2 of these in the package. They're about 7 pounds a piece, but there they are. Kind of expensive, like buying a whole brisket, but we're going to have 2 goes at this in the smoker. So there's what it looks like. A lot of nice marbling. Some nice big dinosaur bones in there. Let's go ahead and get started and rub on a little hot sauce. This will just help keep the salt and pepper in place. Just use a binder. Probably add just a touch of heat, but not too much. Not too much, I don't think. You can trim these up a little bit, but they look pretty well trimmed to me, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think we're going to be okay. You don't want to take off the membrane, that's for sure. It kind of holds these together. During the smoking process, this meat gets really tender and wants to kind of fall apart. So there, that's pretty good. I don't think that's going to be too hot at all. Now we're going to add our salt and pepper. I think about 2 tablespoons of pepper, 1 tablespoon of table salt. I've got a little bit more here. I don't know if I'm going to use it all. I don't think I will, but just in case. We'll get this ready, and then we'll let it rest overnight and put it in the smoker tomorrow morning. So I guess I'm going to use that all. So that was 3 tablespoons of pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of salt. And that looks like about the right amount here. So I didn't really trim anything off of here. It looked pretty good. It looked like it was ready to go. So the only other thing we're going to need is some butcher paper, and we'll use that tomorrow when the ribs are about halfway cooked. We'll wrap it in butcher paper and put it back on the smoker. So I don't know. It looks pretty nice. What do you think? See you tomorrow morning. Well, it's the next morning, and the short ribs have been in the refrigerator overnight, soaking up that salt and pepper, and I took it out about 2 hours ago to start warming it up and getting it ready for the smoker. Let's take a look at it. And here it is. It looks like a heck of a chunk of meat. The smoker's in the process of getting ready. It won't be too long before we put this on. let's go take a look at the smoker. And there it is. I'm going to start heating up the smoker with these charcoal briquettes, and we're shooting for a temperature in the smoker between 250 and 275 for this cook. And I'm going to supplement the briquettes with some lump oak charcoal. So that's what we'll be doing most of the cooking with, this charcoal. And then I have some chunk hickory I'm going to use for the smoke. So I'm excited. It looks to me like we're ready to dump those coals out and get started. Okay. Whoop. Okay, so we're going to let those coals get going, heat up the smoker a little bit, and when the smoker gets to the temperature we're looking for, then we'll put the ribs on, and we'll probably add some of that lump oak charcoal as well. Well, the smoker is up to temperature. Let's get this chunk of meat inside of it. Well, there it is. I'm going to throw a chunk of hickory on the fire so we can see this smoke start to roll. So there we go. We're on our way. We'll be checking it, I don't know, every 45 minutes or so to see how it's doing, and expect it to remain in the smoker for about 5 hours, and then we're going to wrap it. When it gets to about 165 degrees internal temperature, we'll wrap it in some butcher paper, put it back in, and leave it in the smoker till it gets to about 205. Well, it's been 6 hours. I think these short ribs may be ready to wrap. We lost a little bit of time because we had a rainstorm show up, but that's over now. Let's see if we can get a temperature here. 170, 171, that's good. 178. 176. So that is ready to come off and get wrapped. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Some of the ribs are starting to pop out of that end. Some are popping out on this end. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take it in the house and wrap it up, and then bring it back in the smoker and leave it until the internal temperature gets to 2005 or 205 to 210. But it's looking pretty good so far. All right, I brought the short ribs into the kitchen to wrap them in butcher paper. And we're going to get them wrapped up. And put them back on the smoker. So but they look great, and oh man, do they smell good. There we go. Did I get enough paper? Well, maybe just enough. And I think I'm going to give them just another layer there. So there they are. And these will go back out in the smoker probably for another 3 hours till the internal temperature reaches 205 to 210 degrees. So when we take them off the next time, then we're going to rest them for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then they'll be ready to cut into. Let's get going. Okay, I've taken a bunch of temperature readings and everything's at least at 205 or above. So it's time to take this out and rest it for 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to put it in this cooler here and just let her rest. And there it is. Put the lid on. And dinner will be in 30 minutes to an hour. Well, the time has finally come to see how our beef short ribs turned out, also called Dino Ribs. They've been resting for 45 minutes, and let's take them out and see what we got. Ooh. They're still pretty warm, and there is a lot of tallow right there. This may take me a little bit to get them out. Okay, we have a lot of rendered fat coming out here. I'm going to move this over to the sheet pan before I make a huge mess. Here we go. Uh-oh, left one bone behind. It fell right out. It was right in there. Okay. It's super soft, super tender, and let's try to cut one up here. Oh, yeah. What do you think? I think that turned out pretty good. I think it turned out great. Let's take a test here. Nice and tender. Very, very juicy. It's, I couldn't be happier how that turned out. So, this will be supper tonight, and maybe something for tomorrow. And it's pretty encouraging. It turned out. It took about 10 hours. I put them in the smoker at 8 o'clock this morning, and it's about 6 o'clock in the evening right now, right in time for dinner. So, like I say, they're juicy, they're tender. The salt and pepper is really good. I don't taste any of the hot sauce that I put on there. I couldn't be happier. Well, I think it's probably going to be as good as you can get at any of the famous barbecue joints. It came out perfect. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.